So here we are telling the story of the death of Bilal Mirza back in 8th January 2015. It was here at Lee House, just outside Lee House on Salisbury Street, where paramedics tried in vain to save the 18-year-old's life after he'd been stabbed once in the thigh. Now, what happened on that fateful night on 8th of January 2015 was talked about in court. The 16-year-old Omar Majeed had lived around here, and he had come to meet Bilal, believing that Bilal was going to rob him of his money and his phone. Now, why Bilal was here in the first place at 10:40 at night, still no one is quite sure. He lives about 2 miles away in Queen's Park area. But what was known, what was said in court, was that Majeed said that Bilal went to go and grab him just on this road, and he fought back in self-defense, taking out a knife which he claimed was only a small knife from his pocket, stabbing Bilal once. Now, the pathologist's report suggested it actually was a big kitchen knife and that it hit his femoral artery on his thigh, meaning that he was going to bleed out. The CCTV from that fateful night does show Majeed running from the scene and Bilal limping away. It wasn't long before Majeed actually went to the police in Paddington Green train station not far from here and handed himself in, claiming he was extremely remorseful for what had happened that night. The judge at the Old Bailey had said that even though he was 16, he still should be named, which is quite unusual in courts. The judge believed that it wasn't self-defense on that night, and that Majeed had actually brought that knife to try and teach Bilal a lesson that no one was going to take him for granted or rob him of his property. Now, Majeed is in prison. He's now got to serve an 8-year sentence, and has said to the family and has said outwardly that he is still remorseful of what happened here that night, 8th of January 2000.